Men, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, working hard, providing for your family, paying the bills, only to realize that you've missed something huge? That was me for almost 8 years of marriage. I thought I had it all figured out. I thought the right thing to do was just keep my head down and work harder. But I missed something far more important. And that all changed one day when life hit us hard. Michelle and I will be celebrating 20 years of marriage this July. But the story I'm about to share comes from a time when we had been married for almost 8 years. At that point, I thought I was doing everything a good husband should. I was working hard, making sure the bills were paid, keeping food on the table and a roof over our head. I thought I was being a good provider. But I wasn't seeing the bigger picture. Michelle had been carrying the emotional weight of our home, taking care of our kids, running everything at home, and bearing a lot of stress that I didn't fully understand. And I didn't take anything off her plate, no matter how many times she had asked me to over our years of marriage. It wasn't until June 10th, 2017, when Michelle had a massive stroke that changed everything. In that moment, everything I thought I knew about my role as a husband and father completely changed. I had to step up in ways I never thought I'd have to. But here's the thing I need to make clear. I did not respond to that crisis in my own strength. I didn't have the strength for that. The only reason I was able to handle it the way that I did was because of my relationship with God and the preparation I had gone through just months before. 2 months prior to my wife's stroke, my Bible study group and I had just finished going through the book of James. This Bible study wasn't just a casual meeting, it was life-changing. As a man, as a husband, and as a father, studying the book of James prepared me for what was to come. I knew that how I responded to Michelle's stroke would affect my boys' lives forever. If I responded poorly, if I let fear and anxiety control me, I could damage them in ways that might last a lifetime. The realization of that weight was so heavy. But the strength of the Lord filled me in a way that gave me clarity and the courage to respond in a way that would honor Him and lead my family well. I'm not saying that I handled it perfectly, but I know that the strength I found wasn't from me, it was from the Lord. And that's the message I want to share with you today. We as men are called to lead with strength, but that strength comes from God. It's not about doing it all on your own. It's about leaning into your faith and trusting that He will give you the strength you need, even when life feels like it's falling apart. Another thing that helped me tremendously during this time was my accountability group. I had been attending a Bible study group every Friday morning for years before the stroke. That group of men became my greatest support during the hardest season of my life. We met every week, walking through the Bible together, praying for one another, and lifting each other up. I didn't have to do this alone. I had a community of men who were sharpening each other, holding each other accountable, and walking through life's struggles together. And this is something I offer to every man I encounter, because I know that many men don't have that support. They don't have a community to lean on, to pray with, and to be real with. I want to offer you that same support. I have a group of men who meet every Friday morning on Zoom. We pray for each other, support one another, and walk through the Bible together. We truly are men sharpening men. If you don't have that kind of support in your life, I can connect you to a community of men who will stand with you, pray with you, and help you grow in your faith. I created something called the Faithful Man's Playbook. It's a guide for men who are ready to lead with purpose, faith, and strength. It's not just about surviving in this life. It's about thriving in your faith, in your marriage, and as a father. I want to help you become the man God has called you to be, and I want to equip you with all the tools and support to do so. It's about aligning your life with God's purpose and stepping up as a leader your family needs. If you're ready to take that next step in your journey as a man of faith, as a husband, and as a father, then I invite you to download the Faithful Man's Playbook today. It's your roadmap to leading with strength and purpose. And I also want to invite you to join my accountability group every Friday morning, where we'll walk through life together, pray together, and sharpen each other. Men, don't do this alone. You don't have to. We were called to be part of a community. Click the link in the description below, or go to faithfulmansjourney.com to get your copy of the Faithful Man's Playbook. Take that first step toward becoming the man God has called you to be, and join a community of men who will support and challenge you along the way. Men, remember this: the journey isn't easy, but it's worth it. You are called to lead with faith, to be the strength your family needs, and to live a life of purpose. Don't wait for a crisis to figure out what matters. Start today. Download the Faithful Man's Playbook and take that first step. The world needs you to rise, and God is with you every step of the way.